Hi everyone, this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I hope you are having an amazing day. I'm back again with another presentation for you. And today I'll be sharing, how I use intermittent fasting to reset my body naturally in 90 days. I'm still doing it, but for the course of this lecture here is for 90 days. And I highly advise you continue on your journey. Don't stop at 90 days. And I use this to protect my mental health and my overall body. Um, and the reason I'm sharing today, people been asking questions. I really been meaning to put this information out there, and I really had to, speak with myself and just think of a way to present this, to the public where it can, add tremendous value. And because I don't want anything from you, I want to see everyone to live healthier and prosperous lifestyles and be the best version of themselves. And just looking at the pictures here, I mean, basically I reversed the, you know, aging process because I'm aging in reverse appears to be. So, but I'm sharing this today because I know somebody out there could really use this information, and the general, the what they put on TV and advertisements and stuff is not really true. And we've been taught to eat a certain way without questioning. And the things that they have on TV that you see people eating, we not really supposed to be eating these things. And it just took a little discernment on my part. And I actually just really started respecting my body, and I started over from scratch. So I was like, hey, let me really monitor what I put in my body. Let's start from the rawest of the rawest state, fruits and vegetables. You can't get no raw than that unless you just start drinking water, right? And just breathing the air, right? So, but I started from scratch, and within a few days to a week, I instantly saw results. My wife saw it, my family, and it went from there. So, but I'm here to share my story with you. I hope you find this information helpful. And again, investigate, study your body, become, perform your own little case studies on yourself and monitor your family too. And, and keep sharing your story. So as we move forward, this is not about me, it's about you right now. So for people that's really, if you're watching this presentation right now, that you've been looking for, different ways to take care of yourself, and there's tons of videos out there. I'm gonna give you the straight 100% truth to the point, chaser. I'm not here to sell you anything, but I'm here to give you back, your self-esteem, your love of self and your confidence. So this is what I'm giving you today. So the first thing you need to ask yourself, why do I want to do this anyway? Why do I want to change, go back to a healthier state of being, and what's the real reason? And once you know your why, that's going to be your fuel for getting up every day and doing what you have to do. And a couple points, as you can see on the slide here, these are my keys to success along your journey here. And if you stick with this for 90 days and keep going, you will learn to see that, hey, it's not that hard after all. Life is simple. Eating is simple. So the first thing I have, your scheduled time for eating is your first important variable here. So you need to schedule yourself. I have a chart just below with the 16-8 rule here. So some of you guys work night shift or different shift. So maneuver the pie chart around, the 16-8 around, according to the times that you work. I hope that makes sense. So don't stick to, the set time that's on this chart, midnight to midnight. Some of you guys work odd hours and stuff. So move the hours around based on your work or your schedule. Okay. But as long as you get that 16 hours of rest, your stomach needs 16 hours to fully digest everything that you've eaten, you have eaten, so your body need a consistent interrupted 16 hours to process the food without you stuffing more, food in there. I was there too. So remember that. So the second step is you got lemon water all day. Lemon water, I know you would say, well, that's acidic, but once the lemon juice hits your bloodstream, it actually turns to alkaline. and it also delivers certain nutrients, to your into your system, into your blood as well. And so that alone, that will help also with the lemon. In my experience, it will help rid your body naturally of mucus and some of those harmful toxins. And then this is a real slick way of alkaline or alkalizing your water. Okay. So if you drinking, stuck with a cheap bottle of water, all you gotta do is just put a little thin slice of lemon in there. Make sure you squeeze the lemon juice out, and then slide that rind up in there too. That's what I like to do. I love to do that. That way I want to get all the essence of that lemon. Okay. And sometimes you can keep using that same sliced lemon, just shake your bottle up. Okay. I hope that makes sense so far. But that lemon water will come in extra handy during your process, and drink plenty of water. I don't want to put an ounce amount on water, but before, anytime you feel like you're hungry, drink a glass of water, at least 8 ounces first. Let your body, think for a second. Give it about 5 minutes and see if you're still hungry. If you're still hungry after that, go ahead and eat a little something. Okay. And then next step we have here is black seed oil. Black seed is going to help you along your journey. It's going to help with your immune system. It's also going to put your body in a better balance, homeostasis, if you want that fancy word. But it's just a fancy word for just helping your body reset and making it more, balanced overall, because black seed oil can do way more than what you think. So please do your research after you listen to this presentation here. And then also I did just a light exercise. I honestly, guys, I barely exercise. You can ask my wife and my family. I get up, the if you want to call it exercise, I move around a lot. So if you do work and you doing a lot of walking at your job, that's exercise. But I would say do like 10 push-ups, no matter how you want to do it on your knees, 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, and 10 full squats where your butt is pretty much even with your knees. Okay. So if you're not able to do that, you can do some lunges, or you may have to research some other leg variations so you can strengthen your butt and also your lower legs. Okay. But that will come in handy, because some people are bottom heavy versus top heavy, and they just carry a lot of weight in their thighs and butt and stuff like that. So and one thing I did want to mention about the lemon water, especially for females, please make a daily habit of drinking the lemon water just before you go to bed. Okay. And what this is going to do is going to process in your system while you're sleeping. And then especially a lot of females, my wife and other females, I know they go through this too, where it's an issue with bowel movements, first thing in the day, even though they feel like they have to go, or that slight constipation. This will help you have a nice trip to the bathroom, if that makes sense. Okay. So, and lastly, you really want to monitor your input and how you feel after you eat. And like I mentioned before, everything that you see on TV that people are eating, you're really not supposed to eat that. So do a little research on Dr. Sebi and the Western European diet. He has a nice little short video presentation kind of breaking that down, but do your research. There are books out there. Google does not have all the answers, but there are a lot of scholars out there with references, scholarship, peer review articles that can really help point you in the right direction. Okay. But as I close, I do have a couple of helpful tips for you that's going to get you along your way too. I mentioned the females taking it right before bedtime, and with the bowel, it's going to help you with a nice bowel movement and the constipation. Okay. And also, if when you really stick to this, I will advise that men, in my experience, will lose weight a lot quicker than female. Females take a little bit longer. Okay. But just remember to keep this in mind. You can research this, so don't believe me, but it takes your body 28 days to create a new habit. So right now we're going through the process of creating a new eating habit, and then also it takes your body 28 and a half days to create new cells from the food that you're eating. So if you're eating processed food, which has no nutritional value, you're not getting the nutrients, the key nutrients that you need to help reset your body and really catapult your progress forward and along your journey. Okay, I really want to mention that. So a lot of people don't have the proper expectation. You need those 20. So just remember, 28 every 28 days, you need to, that's your benchmark. You're gonna keep resetting, but a lot of people like to say 30. But that 90-day mark, you should see some success there. So release expectations, just trust the process. It's not gonna come right away. But visualize yourself the way you want to be. You may have to look at some old pictures, do that, or just really visualize yourself. See yourself the way you want you to be. At the end. So see your goal right now, and that way you can keep focusing on that thing. Okay, and that's what I use as my fuel as well. And then a couple things I want to keep in mind. Another tip here. So this is if you really want to speed things up with your process here, you want to avoid all white products like white sugar, white rice, pasta. You want to minimize that because it's heavy with starch. These items that I'm listing here, there are some beans too that have starch, but these white devices here, they're heavy in starch, and they also will help create mucus. I wanted to come up with the right word here. So, and you can research all of this information, and I will be putting some references at the bottom so you can do your own research after me, because that's proper scholarship. I just want to give you some good information, and a great leader always going to point you to a book or some kind of reference so you can enlighten yourself and be smart just like me, or even smarter. Okay, because we need all the help we can get with what's going on right now. Okay, so I also want to keep in mind another tip here. So in my process, this is pretty much how I go about doing things here. So you want to avoid beef and pork. The reason I say beef and pork, it takes the body, in my experience, and you can research this as well, takes the body about 60 days to fully process and digest the beef. So stringy pork is in that same ballpark. So it's not have anything to do with religion. I don't deal with that. I'm dealing with truth and science here that leads you to some kind of reference so you can figure it out for yourself. Okay. So because I don't have all the answers, I'm here as a guiding light for others so they can find their own way. But I do want to add, this is my whole process. So if I were to walk you through it, each day I start off where I drink water. If I am a little hungry, I may drink a juice smoothie. And my normal eating time, I'll eat. I don't like I say, I don't make this into a religion, guys. Some days I'll eat at 11, some days I eat at 12, and someday there'll be a day or two here and there where I may just say, hey, I'm a little hungry at about 9:30ish. So like I say, don't turn this into a religion, but for the first 90 days, you want to stick to a certain schedule here. All right, because your body know you better than you, and your body will know if you're ready to quit. So you can't quit. All right. So you need to let your body know, like, hey, I'm gonna stick to this. I know I've didn't see things through in the past, but this time I'm really gonna see things through, and I really trust in the process that there are cycles and seasons to life and my body, and I trust in the process. Okay, and that's all you got to really remember. And then also what I'm saying is, and then once I eat, I I may break that one meal into like three little mini meals. So I'm not eating a full meal per se. So I may break that one meal into three mini meals or two. But you take your pick, and you when you eat, you're gonna eat until your stomach is content. You don't have to eat everything on your plate. You can save some for later too. And then my main goal is, the way I approach it, I really try hard not to eat anything after 8 p.m., like you see in this chart here. And just to do a quick recap, I wake up, I meditate, I figure out what I need to do and share for today and what seeds can I plant for tomorrow. And then from there, drink some water. Like I mentioned, maybe a juice smoothie. And then I'm out. My set time is 11, 12-ish to eat. I don't eat anything after 8 p.m. And then if I do, this is what I want to mention too. If you do get just a little hungry anytime during your fasting period, you're more than welcome. You got to keep it raw though. Fresh fruits and vegetables. You can do that all day long as a snack. Nothing else, okay? So during that fasting period, if you do feel like you need something a little solid, you're more than welcome to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, because basically it's all water content anyway with nutrients. So that's why I like to approach it that way. You may hear other people say something else, that's their prerogative, but this is what worked for me. And you see the results. I'm maintaining it, and it's easy. But it's just a process. But again, this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I hope you find this information very helpful. I'll be including some references below so you can do your own research and get smart just like me. And you can be smarter than me. And you can really help your friends and family to help live healthier and prosperous lives. So again, this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. Be sure to click the like and subscribe below. And I'll be sharing more helpful tips in the near future. In the meantime, stay grateful and focused, fam.